Hello dear aspirants, how the preparation for the prelims is going on? I hope so, it is going on good. Dear aspirants, myself Ravish Anand and I will take the various aspects of the Indian economy, and along with the various aspects of Indian economy, I will discuss the trend analysis of the previous year questions of Indian economy. Dear aspirants, in the series of Aadharshila by the Tathastu ICS, we all are discussing the important concepts of the different subjects, and also we are discussing the trend analysis of the previous year question. Friends, the subject Indian economy needs a great attention because UPSC is asking the concept related questions from the Indian economy. It also needs you to understand its application part. Not only the application part, you should also understand the various keywords, the various key terms which is especially UPSC is asking in the statement of the prelims. Therefore, in the prelims you need to be extra aware for the subject like Indian economy. For this series of the Indian economy, the name will be EcoShastra. I derived this name from Arthashastra. For the victory in the different aspects of the life, UPSC is also one of the aspects of the aspirants. Therefore, in the victory of UPSC and especially in the victory of Indian economy, you all need the Chanakya to have the victory over this. And your Chanakya will be this session, that is EcoShastra. Dear aspirants, in today's lecture, I will discuss about the intellectual property rights, and I will try my best to understand you, to make you understand about how to find the keywords and how to study for the prelims. तो शुरू करते हैं. Okay. Dear aspirants, intellectual property rights, as per the name, you all are aware of this. Why this topic is important for the UPSC prelims, and not only prelims, UPSC is asking every year some questions from this topic in the mains also and in the prelims also, directly or indirectly, because this topic is always in the news. You should have the understanding of this topic, not only the static level, also with the current aspects of this topic. Therefore, this topic is important for the UPSC prelims. Okay. After this, welcome to the world of intellectual property rights. In these presentations, I will discuss the different aspects of the IPR, the different acts, the different bodies, and the different types of the intellectual property rights. In the different sessions, next lectures, I will discuss the different agencies, bodies, and the current affairs related with intellectual property rights, and along with that, I will also discuss the previous year questions related with intellectual property rights. Okay. Now, dear aspirants, moving to the next slide, I want to discuss about the types of intellectual property rights. What are the types of intellectual property rights? First is copyright. What is the copyright? आप सबों ने सुना होगा कि copyright claim आ गया. There are various cases related with the copyrights, either on the YouTube, either on the any publications. If you are publishing, you are the publisher. If you are thinking to write any books, or if you are thinking to have some literary stuffs, you need to write something, then you should be aware related the copyrights. Okay. So this will protect original works of authorship such as writings, music, and artistic creations. Suppose you love music and you create a very good tune and you create the very good lyrics. Now, if you don't protect your lyrics, your music, your tuning, anything from the copyright, then it will be not yours. Okay. So therefore, this awareness is very much necessary for as an individual also, and as an UPSC aspirant, it is very much necessary for you all to understand. Okay. The copyrights. Other is patent and geographical indication tag. This grants exclusive rights for new inventions, processes, or methods in any field of technology. Means patent. Patent for what? New invention. This is the keywords. UPSC will ask this. Okay. Grant exclusive rights for not only new, for old inventions also. How it's possible? If it is invention, how it can be old? Okay. So they will give the patent for the new invention. This is the keywords you need to understand. GI tag. GI tag is something which is the geographical indication for any geographical based area. For such area, it is something traditionally, customarily, geographically something which is very important for that area, or of such quality of goods you cannot find in other areas, that products are applied for the GI tags. Okay, we will discuss in next lecture about the various GI tags, so don't worry for that. We will this is the trademark, identifies and distinguishes the sources of goods or services from those of others. This is the trademark, and trademark for what? Trademark for the goods and services. Okay, trade secret, confidential business information that provides a competitive advantage. Very important thing, please. And UPSC will ask these questions. Trade secrets, if you are an entrepreneur, okay, and if you open some business, उसके बाद आपने एक सर्वे कराया. In the survey, if you find some report, some understanding, and on the basis of that survey you planned your business, you planned your marketing strategy, then the result of that survey, and because of that survey you have planned some marketing strategy, that is your trade secrets. Please remember this. Okay, the UPSC always asks such type of questions which has something new, some new concepts. They are in the search of that. Okay, now we have the key acts and laws, which is very important for this topics, and UPSC always finds some crucial question, difficult question from this section. They will play with the facts, they will play with the key terms, they will play with the concepts, so you need to be aware regarding these things also. Okay, so one topic is Indian Copyright Act 1957. This is for what? Protects literary, artistic, musical and dramatic works in India. I told you this is very important for you all. You all need to understand this topic, that what acts the government is making for the protection of such and such things, and what are the impacts of that particular acts, especially in the field of economy, that you need to understand. Okay, dear friend, now we have the Patents Act 1970, governs the grant and registration of the patents in India. Okay, now Indian Copyright Act, I told you this is the act, and this is for what? Protects literary, artistic, musical and dramatic works in India. Is it enough? क्या ये काफी है? There must be some body, some agencies, some government department who are authorized to use this act in order to protect these things. Now, as an aspirant, it's your duty to find such and such acts related bodies or agencies. You need to find that, you need to understand that. Who will do this? Registrar of Copyright. Registrar of Copyright. This is the department of the government who are authorized to use this act in order to protect all these things. Now the information is not enough for you. UPSC can ask in the prelims related to this, related with this, literary, artistic, musical and dramatic. Now you see, all are the things which is related with some individuals' capacity, related with their hobby, their interest, their own innovations, individuals' self-innovation. All these things are related with these things. Okay, and this is the body which protect. This is you need to understand very well. Okay, now we have the Patents Act. I already discussed with you. This is the act. What it does? Governs the grant and registration of the patents in India. Now, dear friends, if you are receiving the registration for the patents and you are also governs the grants for that, is it very simple work, or it needs the huge manpower, human resource? It needs the huge human resource. So in order to do that, the government must have some body. So as an aspirant, you need to understand which body regulates this act. So this body name as CGPDTM. What's CGPDTM? This you need to remember. What it is? Controller General of Patents. Controller General of Patents and Design and Trades. Patents, Design and trades. This is the body, all right, and the same body and the same, you can remember any agencies or body or the departments also authorized for this act also. Trademarks Act 1999 regulates trademarks, service marks and the trade names in India. Same body is responsible for this act also. Now you have the two body, three acts. Now you need to remember all these things. Okay. Now we have the fourth one, that is Information Technology Act IT 2000, addresses the issues related with electronics, governance and cyber crimes in India. Very important thing. Every day you also hear about that some news related with the cyber crimes, because these days the electronics, the crime and the information technology all are interconnected. The organized crime is very much now a headache for the government to how to crack that. So in the organized crime there are a lot of things. There are the fishery, there are the online crimes, online fraud, lot of activities are going on. Therefore, dear friends, these are also. Along with these things, I want to share some also information from you. In the current scenario, you can also read the news regarding the protections of the various things related with the biodiversity. In the Hindu newspaper or the Indian Express, PIB or the Live Mint, you also hear about something that the various tortoise caught on the Indian airport by the policemen. Why they all are carrying the tortoise with themselves? Various invasive species, various other species policemen catch on the Indian airport while traveling to the other countries. Why? Do you think what are the issues related with all these things? Why they all are doing such things? Dear friends, there are two conventions which is very important for you all to understand, that these conventions is related with the intellectual property rights worldwide. Okay, and that is what first is, one is Paris Convention. पेरिस कॉन्वेंशन, पेरिस कॉन्वेंशन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है आपके लिए, यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड. एंड पेरिस कॉन्वेंशन इज रिलेटेड विद व्हाट? पेरिस पैटेंट्स एंड इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन. दिस इज रिलेटेड विद पैटेंट एंड इंडस्ट्रियल डिजाइन. And other convention is what? Other convention is Berne Convention. Berne. Let me give me a minute. Other convention is Berne. Okay. Paris Convention is related with what? Trade, patents and industrial design. And other convention is related with what? Protection of the literary sources, artistic things. That is the issues of Berne Conventions. What is literary? Okay, so you need to remember about these two conventions. In the prelims, you can see the question from this parts also. In the match the following, they will ask you Berne Convention, and other side they will give you anything else. If you have the idea, at least you can crack this question very easily, or at least you can eliminate that options in the prelims. Okay, so that is the strategy of the prelims, my dear friend. Therefore, I am not going in very deep of these topics that you need in the mains paper, but in the prelims you need to have the grasp of different aspects of the topic. You should also have the very important facts related with that particular topic. That is the motive behind this session, and that is the motive of Aadharshila, and that is also the motive of EcoShastra. Okay, dear friend. Okay, now I discussed about with you that in the biodiversity, what act or body we have that are protecting the biodiversity. So we have the body Biodiversity Biological Diversity Act, and the body is National Biodiversity Authority. What is the body? National Biodiversity Authority. And what is the act? Biological Diversity Act. Very important for you for the prelims. Okay, and when it came into action? 2002. Okay, now moving to the next slide. Dear friend, these are the key acts and laws I already discussed with you all. Okay, okay. Enforcing agencies and the bodies. What is first? National Intellectual Property Organization (NIPO), World Intellectual Property Organization (WIPO). We all will discuss about all these agencies in the detail. Don't worry. In the next session, we will discuss. Indian Patent Office, Trademark Registry. What is this duty? Responsible for administering and promoting the IPR in the country. Okay. In the beginning of the sessions only, I told you that the intellectual property rights is the very important topics, not for the countries but for the individuals also. Therefore, we have the different bodies. This is the World Intellectual Property Organization, which works on the behalf of the world intellectual property rights. Indian Patent Office we have the Trademark Registry, and these are the responsibilities by this agency. Now, what you need to remember in this session? Responsible for what? Administering and promoting IPR. This is the two keywords you need to remember. They will ask you these keywords in the prelims. This is also promoting, not only administering. And promoting is a very positive word. So, if you will see such a positive words in the prelims questions, statement questions, and if you have the idea related with that particular statement, you can go ahead with that statement in the prelims examination, and that will give you 2 marks. Dear friend, that is a strategy to crack the prelims. Now we have, this is the WIPO, International Agency ensuring protection of the intellectual property rights globally. As per the name, world, globally, no problem. Okay. Now we have Indian Patent Office, regulates patent applications and grants patents in India. Now this is the cracking word. This is the tricky words you need to remember. It also grants patents in India. Okay. And what is the last? Trademark Registry, manages and registers trademarks in India. You need to remember this body, their works and the keywords. Okay, that is the strategy of the prelims. Dear friend, we have now examples of इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स. आप सबों ने ये सुना होगा न्यूज में, इसलिए मैंने कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट्स आपके लिए चुनकर लाया है. मोनालिसा पेंटिंग बाय लियोनार्डो दा विंसी, प्रोटेक्टेड बाय कॉपीराइट. आप इसको बना सकते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम, बट आप इसका बिना कॉपीराइट लिए हुए ओरिजिनल आप इसको बनाकर पब्लिकली ऑन द पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म इसको बेच नहीं सकते. Okay, you have to get the permissions from that agencies which have the copyright for this Mona Lisa painting. Okay, iPhone, Apple's smartphone, protected by the design patents and trademarks. जब आप न्यूज को पढ़ेंगे, if you are aware about the related news, you will read the news related with Apple controversy many times. Apple and Samsung का एक controversy बहुत famous हुआ because of the start button, key button. And that type of button used by the Samsung. So Apple filed a case on the Samsung. Very important case. क्या चीज का मामला था? Copyright, intellectual property rights, because that design was patented by what? Copyright by Apple. And Apple had a trademark. All these things are very important. Coca-Cola bottle, iconic design, protected by the trademark and the trade dress. See, this is the Coca-Cola bottle. This is protected by the trademark. Dear friend, this is not very simple thing. आपको लग रहा होगा ये बहुत आसान चीज है, क्या है? No, everything which is economical, which has some importance in the economy, which is generating the economy, that has the copyrights, that has the trademarks, that has the patents, or that has also may be given by the government a GI tag. You need to keep permission. You need to have the permission for use of such and such goods or services. That is the moral behind this. Okay. Now, dear friends, we have the current affairs and recent developments in this. Open COVID pledge. In the COVID, what happened? Initiative to make intellectual property freely available for the fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. क्या हुआ COVID-19 में? वैक्सीन के लिए पूरी दुनिया परेशान हो रही थी. They all are fighting for the vaccine. Now, freely available for fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. इसको क्या किया गया? Intellectual property rights से हटा दिया गया. Why? Because that was very important for the livelihood, for the life itself, life in itself. So, bilateral agreement say, or by the unilateral agreement, or by the multilateral agreement, government decides to free certain and certain things which has the life importance. Because of that, human can die. तो उसको क्या करते हैं? इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी राइट से रिलीव कर देते हैं. बट इट मस्ट नॉट बी मिसयूज्ड. इट इज फॉर द best of best use. In the best of best use sense, we can free certain and certain products from the intellectual property rights. This is the things. Okay. That is Epic Games versus Apple. Legal battle challenging Apple's app store policies and control over the distribution. I already told you, Apple, iPhone और भी जो various products हैं, इन लोगों का हमेशा legal battle चलते रहता है. They all are battling for something, and that is for what? That is for the violation of intellectual property rights. Violation for what? For stealing of the design. Violation for the stealing of the various plannings doing by any particular company for their future management. AI generated inventions. Debate on patentability of the ownership of inventions and created by the artificial intelligence. This is also a matter of debate. Okay. Dear friend, intellectual property rights in the context of UPSC. I told you, every month there are some update related with the intellectual property rights. So, you need to be aware related with this topic. In the next sessions, we will discuss the previous year questions of this topic, and then I will discuss the next topic like GI tag or trademark, why it is important, what is that, what protections we have, and the various examples, and along with that we will also discuss the current affairs related with that topics. Okay. So, for the UPSC, this topic is very important because it has the static concept also, and it has the dynamism, because anytime, every day it has some current affairs. So, the topics which has the dynamism and it has also the static concept, that is important in the eye of UPSC. So, dear aspirants, please have a good understanding, have a good grasp on certain topics, and it will help you a lot to crack UPSC. So, be with EcoShastra, regularly follow Aadharshila, and in the last I want to say you, if you have the pre-sure, then the prelims is yours. Thank you.